Hey, it's Rimwanderer here, looking to go on those new journeys. And new journeys we will certainly have to go on because we lost Turkey, Engo, and Chimpanzee last episode. We only have Grey, and it's coming up to our deadline that we have to move on. So, this episode we're going to see how long Grey can survive, and maybe if she can thrive as well. I hope so. Maybe there'll be new opportunities now that we only have one colonist and there's less pressures on survival. But Paul really misses his friends, and I hope we can find him some new friends. On that note, let's go, Wanderers. So here we are with just Grey. Moment, she no idea what's happened. No bodies to bury anyway. Anyway, so what's the plan? Well, I'm hoping that we can harvest all this and then we can leave. Are we going to harvest this? I don't... Well, we could. We could just harvest it even if it's not fully grown. We can still get it. So yeah, that's the plan. We're going to harvest it all, then move on with what little we can carry. Because trouble can't carry much. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That was the plan. I think it was a fairly good plan. However, I hadn't compensated for something that was very important. Due to loss of all three colonists from the previous attack, and the previous raid, should I say. Rest in peace, Turkey, Engo, and Chimpanzee. Grey was not in a good mood at all. And so she was very much on the cusp of having a complete mental breakdown, which she shortly did have. Yeah. Oh, she is seriously pissed off. Well, that's going to be fun. Hopefully, when we lose this... When we lose... Come on. Oh. That's fun. Well, might miss the deadline because of this. But it's okay because that's allowed. I did make that in the rules. You have to be able to leave. Yep, so I missed my own deadline. But it was going to get a whole lot worse. Okay. Oh god, lag. So I actually took this visitor this time in the vain hope they might help me, which they didn't. But I have to say, it's quite the nostalgic name, isn't it? Anyway, the raider did what raiders usually do and started smashing things. Oh, piss off. Well, I don't really care about that. Then Grey gets the Darwin Award because she decides it's a great day to go for a stroll in the morning. What the fuck? Then Rimwanderer decides to punish this save further by allowing a man in black to appear. Unfortunately, he's on the other side of the map, which is not very useful, but it adds some drama because now Grey has been kidnapped and taken off to another camp. So from our original group, we have no one left. Anyway, what does this mean for this playthrough? Well, it brings us sort of to the crossroads because, yes, we could continue the Nomad playthrough, but I want to rescue Grey because she is still alive and I want to get her back. However, I'm afraid if I move, it's going to mess up all the quests. And considering that our new colonist is very good at construction, I think it would be a very good idea if we settle down here and wait for that quest to come through, because I want Grey back. So what's the first step with Bokoi Sala? Well, we need to fix all the damage made by the raider, of course. I think I'm going to call Bokoi Sala just Sala, because I think that's easier for me to say. Anyway, I just want to point out how great it is for my mental health that I finally have someone that's actually good at construction. I can tell you I was losing my mind over how long it was taking to deconstruct or even construct the most basic thing with the old group of colonists, and now that we have someone finally good in Sala, I am very, very happy. However, there's one skill that Sala is not very skilled in, and that's cooking. Fortunately, there's someone very familiar here that is capable of learning the skills of cooking fairly easily. So maybe I'll give them an offer they can't refuse. Now with Turkey joining us, it definitely gives Sala some room to breathe with other jobs. So that's why I started to comb through the fields, harvest some of the plants they weren't able to before, and then Rimworld decides to send another raider. Let's see how this one goes. Well, that one went a lot better than the last raid, I can't deny that. However, I'm quite perplexed by the poetry that Rimworld has given me here, because even after his namesake, Turkey is still keeping up the tradition of getting injured every single episode. I have to give Rimworld credit there. I did not expect that to keep one of the traditions to keep on going. It's not all doom and gloom though. Cassandra's offered me a new opportunity. I can get a colonist who's fairly good at intellect, who's called Torley. Torley would be a good researcher. I need researching now, and I'm no longer a nomad clan. I think we can work together. And anyway, it's only one person that's following them. What's the worst they could do? Yeah, just a couple of bruises. Nothing serious. So usually I like to keep all my colonists in bed so they heal quicker, but for this task I really had to be a bit more manual because we really needed this rice field completed, because now we're staying here we need a consistent food source, because I found in this map tile there's not many animals that turn up. Now I wasn't sure how I wanted to expand my shelter, whether it be more crafting space or anything like that, but I knew I'd need more resources, hence why I send Salah off to deconstruct this shelter over there. However, after checking everyone's mood, it was very clear that everyone wanted their own bedroom, or at least their own space, and I thought, well, we're staying here now, we might as well build that, because that's just going to be a big boost to everyone's mood, and we don't need unnecessary mental breaks, do we? You can see here I finished the plan for the extension. I do make some changes that I'll mention later, but essentially this is what it is. I've tried to keep it as small as I can because I have limited resources. I can't cut stone blocks because I haven't researched it yet, so that's my main aim at the moment, is to research that, but I have to improve the shelter in the short term. Now I have still tried to keep the rooms fairly spacious. I could have made them smaller, but I've decided to make them more spacious because what's the point of having that negative modifier? But then, as I said before, I need to make some modifications because I realised every morning the colonists like to go for a wash in the well and get a drink from the well. So I thought I should probably put the well inside the house so it doesn't constantly get attacked, and also they can easily get access to it. And just on a side note about the colonists, while I was doing the modification to the shelter, I thought, well, considering that Turkey is already fulfilling quite a few traditions of the previous Turkey, I might as well call him Turkey 2. However, Torley wasn't very happy about this, and it's nothing to do with my management of the colony. It's all to do with Torley. He decided to throw a few insults, and it ended with them both fighting quite horrifically. Oops. God damn it. So after they stopped kicking and biting each other, and Salah patched them up, it was looking a bit more peaceful again. However, they both still hate each other. On the shelter expansion, it was going okay. It was definitely making good progress. Not as fast as I'd like because of the injuries incurred, but it was going okay. So I decided to look at the research tab, and we've got a long way to go. And it's mostly due to the fact that I also have that minus 50% research debuff that I need to get around. Well, I can't get around. I just have to live with it, because that's what I put on the start of the playthrough. That's what we're going to have to live with. So back to the Torley and Turkey drama. I was pretty sure we needed to separate them as quickly as possible, and having them in the same barracks was not the solution. Fortunately, Torley was the winner from the fight before and healed fairly quickly, so I decided, right, you've got an average construction skill, you can help construct as well, and that's what I did. Due to the speed increase of the extension's construction, I was able to start moving furniture into the rooms, and I started looking around the map, and I looked through the derelict ruins, and I did find some bedside tables, some dressers, and this just improves the quality of the room and makes the occupier happier, so I started moving them in as well. However, there still seem to be problems of contentness among the colonists, specifically with Turkey 2, and I found out that he actually has a chemical need. So therefore I thought, well, okay, we can actually satisfy that if we plant some smoke leaf and start using that. And it won't completely satisfy him, but it's a lot easier to grow, and it's not as addictive as the other drugs that are available in Rimworld. So I planted a few plants, and hopefully they'll all grow and we'll be able to start using them for satisfying his need. After all that though, the shelter's extension was essentially complete, and for me, on an OCD level, I'm really happy with it because all the walls are the same, all the floors are essentially the same for the bedrooms, and all the doors are the same. I'm satisfied. Now, it would be nice to get matching furniture, but I have to admit I can't make them, so I have no control over what colour they are. So I'm happy with it. With the separate bedrooms completed, it let me focus on other parts of the shelter. Now, I noticed down here there's a few derelict ship parts that I could deconstruct and get the steel and make a few traps, as well as the components, because I do hope to research electricity at some point. On top of that, I was also thinking about the security or the defences of my shelter as well, because with the expansion it had ruined a few of the dynamics that I was hoping to maintain. You see me here considering, oh, maybe I should build some sandbags for some good defences. The issue is though, I don't have enough leather to go around the entire base, and I'll be deciding on which is the best place to build the sandbags, because they could come from all sides. On top of that, I'm also worried about the stone chunks, because the stone chunks provide lots of cover. And this is where I had a bit of a brainwave, and I realised, oh, I can take the stone chunks away from where enemies will be standing and use them as my own defences. And there's plenty of them, enough to surround the entire base, so why not? And that's what I did. So yeah, this is a really great tip for those of you who have poor construction in your colony or not the right resources to make barricades or sandbags. Just use the stone chunks around the map, because it's better than nothing and it requires minimal work. While building the great stone chunk wall of trouble, I noticed some camels had turned up, and after a few tries I actually managed to tame one of them, and I killed one of them as well. But you know, we all need food. And I'm really excited for the tamed one, because I've actually a little field or a little pasture where it can graze all at once, and it's going to be a really great pack animal because camels can carry a lot, and in the arid biome that we're in, that's really useful to have that kind of animal. So one more exciting thing for the next few playthroughs. If you like that video, give it a like, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Now, what to expect from the next time? Well, I'm hoping to expand the shelter, make the kitchen better, maybe have a craft room with a research room as well. And in the long term, I'm still looking to rescue Grey, because we need to reunite Grey with Trouble, because Trouble misses his old friend. See you on next time, Wanderers.